Yo, what's going on? So, the tier lists are coming in thick and fast. We've had quite a few pop up the last couple of days. Most of these are basically month tier lists, or, you know, after 1 month sort of thing. But the date of posting, sometimes they're 2 days, sometimes they're hours, sometimes they're over 10 days. So, I'm only going to pay attention to the ones that are realistically within the last sort of 10 plus days, so not over a month old, just too long, but things that kind of take into account King and everything else that everyone talks about. So it kind of reflects that kind of, you know, sentiment. If you don't know what's going on with King, basically he's a monster at the minute. After he got changed, he was still good anyway, but everyone felt he didn't need the Panther Run block buff he got. So I'm going to go down this list, and obviously, you know, for speed purposes, you're not going to see all that, but you're just going to see me going into each list, going to the end of the list to see, you know, what the final placement is. And because I play Steve, I want to hear what whoever's making the list has to say about Steve. So shout out to everyone who I watch. I'll make sure I leave all of their descriptions in the description video box, and also their name will be on screen when it pops up. So let's start from the top, and we're going to start off with Super Akuma. That's all he's got to say. Keep to the end of the video. It's about 1 hour 21 minutes of talking about the tier list. I've actually watched this video and listened to everything he had to say about every character. This is his final list, I believe. I mean, there's about a minute or so left, but I believe that was the end of it. So yeah, there we are. There's the characters. So we've got like Dragunov at the top. He's got his own category there. S, we've got Ling, Nina, King, Feng, Assassin, Jin, Devil Jin. S rank I completely agree with. A plus, yeah, I think as a solid group of characters in there. Shaheen surprised me because I don't see a lot of Shaheens, but when you do see them, they are crazy good, you know. But everyone in that A side has got mix-ups for days. They can just do all kinds of stuff. I think what separates A and S here in this list is definitely the damage and output that a lot of the S ranks do. They do put out a lot. Dragunov is his own league. And obviously we've got the A ranks. You have to be super solid with these characters. I think you have to really understand them, because you have to work, you know, to get something out of them, I believe. You know, B rank, again, you know, Steve's in there, so I mean, I want to hear what Akuma has to say about Steve. But yeah, I think that's kind of where this trend is going to go with Steve. We're going to see him a lot of B, C's and unknowns. So let's see what Akuma has to say about Steve.
Too crowded. I said nothing is final. I might make an A+ if I need to. What tier list is it? Is my tier list. Steve's trash. Steve's kind of ass, man. I'm not gonna put him below Bears, but he's C tier.
Yeah,
he's with these characters.
He's the king of the C's.
But he's probably the best there. Maybe he's there. Maybe he's there. You know what? Just to piss off the Steve mains, I'm gonna put him in B. So yeah, the thing is, he has back one. None of these characters have back one.
Yeah.
Right? They are all lacking in some way or another.
Yeah.
He has bigger lacks, right? Like, the thing is, he has really shit matchups,
He does. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put him in B. B for back one.
Yeah, B for back one.
B for back one. There you go.
Yeah.
Bears has a good back one. The Bear has a good back one.
So yeah, Steve in B, based on Super Akuma's thoughts there. What do I think about that? I think it's true. It looks really, when someone plays Steve really well, he looks really good. But when someone knows how to, I mean, when someone, I've experienced it, when someone knows how to fight Steve, it's like, you might as well just not even bother, because anything you throw out is blocked, interrupted or ducked. It's as simple as that. You know, you can only go so far with some characters in this game, and Steve's one of them. You can only get so far with him, and it starts becoming so difficult, and you can't play the Steve game. You have to play the wait and see game. It's just crazy. But yeah, I agree with that. Yep. Now we're checking out a gentleman called Mr. Nick Ops, who's done a tier list here. Obviously I think Leo's got to be put in just it, so I'll forward up a little bit to get so Leo has the placement. I don't know.
My Discord.
Okay.
Hope y'all enjoyed the video.
Okay, Leo hasn't got a placement, so okay, we'll leave it at that. But yeah, so right, so Mr. Nick Ops here, tier list. Leo's at the bottom there. I'm not entirely sure why, but we'll go with that. So here's the final list, and as you can see, Steve, who I'm looking out for, is in B again. The usual suspects at the top. Rainer's actually in the S rank in this tier list. Then we've also got S-, King, Jin, and all that. So Victor's up there, Yoshimitsu. Very different list. Yeah, the A rank, you know, looking very different. A lot of the characters who are like with Steve or below him, or just above him, are some of them are actually up there. But then you've got Shaheen is in A and he's not in S like he was in Akuma's one, I believe. Really different kind of tier list. But let's see what Mr. Nickop has to say about Steve. I'll be interested to see that.
Steve, this is another character I despise. But like I said, I don't be biased with my tier list. I think this character I don't think he's that great. Like, every time he's annoying me, it's just because, I don't know why, but if you put boxing gloves on a character, everybody who manages that character just becomes like glorified mashers. And it was hard adjusting, dealing with that being new to the game. But I do think he's very good at, you know, what he does, how he...
I respect that.
I feel like he is good at oppressing you, but he doesn't really have a lot of natural launchers like that.
He's got none.
I've been told multiple times that is his main weakness.
Yeah, can't get you off the ground.
A lot of people that mained him in the past game, apparently, from what I've been seeing, have not touched him. So if you know more about why this character isn't all that, what he's missing, please put in the comments below. Like I said, this is like 80% of what I'm thinking and 20% like what I've been seeing and everything. And I'm like more than open to hearing what anybody has to say about these characters, because I feel like it would be, you know, interesting takes.
Yeah, Steve, like, no natural launching. You literally have to back one or up forward to, you know, if they go low, to bounce them off the ground and then do something. Or it's like, you know, ducky and uppercut, while crouching, launcher, things like that. But you've got to block a low or guess a low and jump over the top of them to get them off the ground with Steve. Other than that, he's just a ground game. He's literally just, you know, like you say, poke, annoying, strings. But all you got to learn is how to dodge a couple of them strings. And, you know, that's it. I mean, I think even like you say, you know, you're new to Tekken, you're still learning. I think B is literally where everyone else is putting him or below. So you're basically, you've recognised that already. So it's crazy. It's crazy to hear. It is crazy to hear. But it's these are the facts. You know, there are the characters above him in every single facet do a lot more. You know, but I'm always biased towards Steve. I think he's a great character. Never played him in 7 and wasn't playing him at all in 7. But in this, there's something about him in 7, in 8 that just really appeals to me. I don't know what it is, and I know that he suffers for things. But because I never played him in 7, I don't miss 7 Steve, because I never played 7 Steve. So yeah, it's interesting. It's very interesting to hear that. Yeah, definitely. Here we have Mr. Boogard MC, and I believe this is his final tier list as at the end of this video, 16 minutes in. So I'm guessing that's how long his video was. So I'm guessing this is it. I'm not sure what this is based on. It's probably based on his personal experience, but looking at it again, it looks exactly similar to a lot of everyone else is doing. Shaheen's definitely up there now on this one, apart from except for the last list. It's basically the usual suspects at the top. And then again, you've got in B below. We've got Lee in B. Holy crap! Okay, I find Lee's that he needs time. You need to cook with Lee. Once you've cooked with him, he's something there. I have no idea why Harang's down there, because Harang is incredibly good. Like, he's incredibly good. So I'm not sure about Harang. I think it's a bit low for Harang. Same with Law. Again, he's incredibly good. If you don't know how to punish Law, you're in trouble. You just get completely. You just stun locked because he's on your case, and he's got great mix up. So yeah, Harang and Law maybe higher. Zafina, I mean, a lot of people like, you know, she's got low damage and she punishes herself for it, but she's, yeah. As a Steve player, I just can't touch her. I don't know what. Maybe I'm just not seasoned enough. Yeah. No, I mean, the list looks pretty good. Apart from the Harang and Law, I'd say that's okay. I mean, again, I think Kazuya and everyone else is kind of subjective, but Lee, Harang and Law shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be B. They should be A, 100%. But yeah, let's hear what he's got to say about Steve.
Strong right now, but I'm not sure. Sheen's very, very good. Steve, don't know shit about Steve. I have no idea. Actually, you know what I should do? I'm sorry. The panda thing was just a bit.
No idea, yeah.
Paul's too fair to be above B. Exactly. So many characters in this game just cheat. They don't play fair, so.
Okay.
Makes sense. Steve's getting fucked right now. I don't know anything about Steve. No idea. I'm gonna move Leo down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yoshi's good. Yoshi's really, really good.
So yeah, basically his whole kind of explanation was no idea. So that's fair. I mean, I suppose if you don't face these characters enough, you're never going to know. Like Zafina's the one for me. I don't face her enough to know. Elisa, I kind of feel like that too. Don't see Jax anymore really, and I don't see a lot of Leroy's. I would put all them in. I don't know idea. Even Asuka's were the same. Bears again. I don't see him enough, so I don't bother with them. You know, even Lars's I don't see anymore, which is kind of crazy. I thought I'd see more Lars's, but yeah, mad. But yeah, very nice list. So here we have Mr. Fighting GM's tier list. Again, the usual suspects, except we've got Claudio up there and Law. Holy shit, that's incredible. We've got some Claudio and Law action in S tier. Okay, I like it. This rank list only goes down. Okay, it goes to C. But yeah, usual suspects up the top again. The usual characters. Shaheen ranking a bit lower in this one, but you know, again, Victor's always up there. You know, I'll be surprised if he gets any lower than A. But yeah, I think everyone's in their rightful place. Not sure about Leo. Not sure about Lars. I don't know. That's just me though. But there's probably reasons for that. Obviously, I haven't listened to this list fully, so I don't know the context of it. But looking at it, you know, my personal opinion is I would put. I would still put Zafina higher. I guess this is based on kind of an experience of the characters, but generally I just don't see enough of these characters to know them, and for my kind of fighting experience against them, they're in A for me. Some of them, Zafina, Leo, Lars, B for me. I mean, I don't know. Leo, I'd say Leo, Jack. Oh, it's hard though. Yeah, Leo. I don't know. It's hard because I want to, but then again, I can see why. And sometimes as well, because once you know Lars's strings, and like, again, this is coming from like a Steve kind of thoughts. But there's Steve in B. You know, the trend is following itself. So let's check out what Mr. GM has to say about Steve.
I'll put Steve like B. He's good, but he's not as cheap as everybody else.
No.
So I'll put him B. He definitely needs to get buffed, I think.
Yeah.
But he's good. He still got counter his stuff. His damage is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But he's like B.
Yeah,
I'll put Safina around here too.
Yeah,
she's not low.
I mean, that's kind of like the consensus here is from, you know, playing Steve and listening to this, is that he's B. He's basically B. I think like it just speaks for itself. You know, everyone is putting him in B. You know, he's not high enough to fight the big boys, and he's not low enough to kind of, you know, he's low enough to get out of the bottom tiers, if you like. But B, middle of the road. I think that's true, but yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you very much, GM, for your list. Appreciate it. So here we have Mr. Fergus. His final list. Again, the usual suspects are up there. This is ranked through 5, 10, and everyone else. Oh, pardon me. And then bottom 10 and bottom 5, and there's Steve in bottom 5. Very interested to hear what this one's got to say. This list. Interested to hear the thoughts of Steve and why he's bottom 5. Also, again, every list seems to look exactly the same. Like, there is literally no difference in these lists except for maybe one or two characters that seem to shoot their way up to the top out of nowhere. But a lot of these lists are so similar, you know. And again, it's like it's a varied bag of players here. You know what I mean? We've got some casuals to experts and some newcomers, you know, and there's a lot more lists out there, but this will probably be my final one. But again, the usual suspects. And I mean, Zafina, I get Zafina's, she's in bottom 5 for a reason here, but I struggle with Zafina's, I guess. Claudio, I'm shocked people. I thought, I mean, based on the last list, he went from B to S, and now he's back in bottom 10. So, damn. Don't see a lot of Ravens either. It's always these characters that like take too much time to learn, and the output is not enough. They seem to get lower here. You know, Jin, like, I mean, if you put like a Yoshimitsu against I don't know, a Leroy, you know, the Yoshimitsu's going to have mixes for days where Leroy's going to have to work so hard, you know, to kind of get something going. Okay, well, let's see what Mr. Fergus has to say about Steve here.
Panda will go up there. I think Steve is actually like not good in this game.
Okay.
Like, back one is still good, of course, but he lost MR3 to knockdown. He lost Bumper to counter combo. Lionheart isn't really that good if you know how to deal with it.
True.
So I think Steve actually is quite bad in this game. He could be here, but he's definitely like bottom 10, I think.
Yeah, I think Lionheart Lionheart's more for evasion. I mean, if you wanted to use it, you have to confirm it from Wild Rising 2-2, back 1-2. Like you got to confirm it to make it worth it. Like if you do Lionheart to catch, if at the start of the round, if you do Lionheart and they swing and it doesn't reach far enough, you're guaranteed heat, or you're guaranteed a spin, or you're guaranteed armor break, or knockdown or something. If you catch them pressing at the start of the game, if you confirm into Lionheart, you'll get something. They've got to guess your option: mid, launcher, armor break. They've got to guess. So standing block, ducking, but you've got to take something. You've got to take something off. If you get hit confirmed to Lionheart, you've got to take something from it. But yeah, you can't just go into Lionheart in their face and do something, because most people see Lionheart and if they got quick enough reaction, they just launch you. And a lot of characters here have really good down forward ones. Again, I never played 7 Steve, so I don't miss any of the stuff he's talking about. But I can understand why a lot of Steve mains are like upset because he hasn't got those tools. It's all been replaced by Lionheart and everything else. But it makes his stance, it's like Peekaboo and Flicker seem so much more important now, because you have to utilise them in your arsenal, because you're losing like things that made him great, I guess, in 7. Made him not viable, but made him shine. And now he's got to smash his way through the bottom to the top. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard. But yeah, so there you have it. That is a couple of tier lists I've seen in the recent weeks. Or days, sorry. Some people giving their opinions. If you are featured here, your name will be on the description. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Please check out all the people I've listed. If you know them already, thanks for the tier list. Thanks for watching. I hope this kind of gives you some clarity in, like, a lot of people feel the same, all across the board. A lot of these characters are very strong, but everyone sees them in differently. Some are here, some are here. So there you go. I haven't made a tier list yet. I'm thinking of doing one, but it's going to be based on my experience of fighting characters, not what I think is strong and weak. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Take care.